There we are. It says we are live. I hope that is true. And I hope everybody can hear me okay. Excuse me. And welcome to our auction. And we'll spiel here and use this spiel in a minute. But I hope that you're doing well. I know that for some this is Ash Wednesday, so you may be away. And I understand that. For some reason, we weren't made aware of any thing we could participate in tonight. So here I am. Well, I hope this you're having a good start to your Lenten season, and if that's what you participate in. And Easter's coming up early this year. I think it was April 5th, I think I heard. So we've been having some very pleasant weather this past several days. Mid to upper 30s. Today was a little cooler. I think it was around 32, 33. But it's going to stay like that off and on for the next 10 days. And then cool at night. It gets down in the 20s and maybe in the teens. And I think a couple nights they're talking in the single digits. But for those that aren't familiar with maple sugaring, that is ideal weather. Above freezing in the daytime, below freezing at night. It's a little early in the season for some people, I think, but I think most of them are usually set up and ready to go by mid-February anyway. So could mean for a really good maple syrup season. So we'll see. If you're not aware of why I'm talking about that, we are here up in northwest Vermont. Vermont is one of the largest producers of maple syrup in the United States. I guess they're well known for the quality. I do know that our neighboring states do produce it as well, but we just happen to have a lot of maple trees here, and it's and they're accessible. I mean, I know that some of the places are as big as having 10,000 to 20,000 taps out there, and it's a pretty big business. I remember doing it when I was a kid. We used to go out and help back before higher tech stuff was around, and it was horse-drawn sleighs. Yes, there were horse-drawn sleighs when I was a kid. To get in through the woods to collect the sap, and it was a lot of fun. That was in Maine, not here, not in Vermont. We got to have sugar on snow as a reward, as a treat, which was always fun. If you haven't ever had that, it is really cool. So let me see. So like I said, we're in northwest Vermont, about 95 miles from Montreal, about I think less than 20 miles, 18. I think it was 18 miles to Burlington, Vermont. Less than an hour, about an hour from maybe less than the border with Canada. We're not too far from Lake Champlain, obviously. About the same. Burlington is on the lake, so that's probably one of the closest, fastest way for us to get to the lake is in that area. Like I say, we've had some good snow this year. It's been excellent skiing, I've been told by my skiing friends. And with this warmer temperatures right now, they're loving this, I'm sure. It's very comfortable on the slopes. And even though it may be melting a little bit, a lot of the ski areas can produce snow on top of the snow that's already there naturally, and they can groom the trails and all that kind of thing. And everything, I've seen the videos of my friends skiing, and it looks like they're having a great time. So, yeah, anyway, so that's that. This is a business my wife and I both run. You don't see her participating directly in here, and someday I may tuck her into it. We'll see. So tonight I've got a variety of stuff. Jewelry, of course, as always. Some toys, some collectibles, some interesting stuff, I guess, is the best way to put it. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of boxes behind me. You can see we just this room is just stacked floor to ceiling, literally, with stuff. I do have some ephemera tonight, too, if anybody's interested in that. So we'll see how that goes. Let's go through the rules here real quick. I'm going to say welcome. If you're brand new to our channel, please like and subscribe. I know I just changed the name, so I think that's going to mess things up for a couple times for some folks. I apologize for that. It's not the old channel. I had to rename it because people were getting confused about what GGG 1955 meant, and it didn't make sense. It didn't fit the name of my channel and all that kind of stuff. So we renamed it Vintage Dust, and I hope that didn't mess things up too much for people, but we'll see. Okay, so if you're new, please email me. It's in the top of the chat. my email. I can also put it on the banner. I will do that shortly here. Let me do that right now, actually, while I'm talking about it. And show the banner. Okay. And so please email me your real name, your YouTube name, your shipping and PayPal information. And the reason is we invoice through PayPal, and we ship through Pirate Ship, and I get you the best deal I can. And of course, I want to make sure a package which I'm selling you, in a safe way, and so it's makes the trip without getting damaged. I don't trust UPS. I don't trust Post Office. I don't trust any of them to handle your package lightly. So we will definitely package things up, and if something breaks, let me know right away. Send me a picture, and we'll take care of it. I'll get a refund off to you immediately for the broken item. I'm going to assume it's my fault, even though they may have been throwing the thing around like football. So, okay, and there's that. Okay, so we do bidding in dollar or more increments up to $10, and then $2 or more after that. Once I post sold in the chat, that closes the bidding. If somebody kind of catches me right before I post the sold, then bidding gets restarted, and that's the way it is. We are what do you call snipers out there. It happens all the time. Not too much on this channel. We haven't seen too many of that, but there it happens on occasion. I know I see it all the time on some of the other channels. So we do watch some of the other auctions out there, and I do encourage you to do that. There are a lot of other auctions out there, and I know they're competing with me, and that's fine. And I know there's some really good ones out there, and they offer a variety of stuff as well. I do have some silver items tonight. I don't think I have anything. No, I'm pretty sure I don't have anything gold, but I'll let you know whether I don't think I've tested any of them, but I can give you my level of confidence in whether it's silver or silver plated, and what I've done for testing. Like I said at the beginning, jewelry is always, and we always have jewelry here. My wife had a jewelry business for many, many years. Stopped many, many years ago, actually, but we still have a huge stock of stuff, and we'll get rid of some of that, and show you some of that. And then there's some other items we've picked up here and there along the way. So I think that is it. If you have questions, please post a question in the chat, and be friendly in the chat. I think I have 2 or 3 people that are out there that have the capability to block people if there's any kind of a spam, or there's any kind of trolls, as we call them, out there. And I generally very rarely see trolls, but it does happen once in a great while. And I think there's 3 or 4 people that have, you'll see a little wrench next to their name. That doesn't mean if you don't have a wrench, you can't bid. You can bid as long as you've sent me your information. Then that's fine. And I'll try to verify quickly if you have sent the information, just to let you know. But that doesn't stop you from bidding. I'll accept your bids, but I'd really prefer you send me an email right away. Okay. Let me think. Am I forgetting anything else? No, I think not. All right. So, like I said, we're up here in Northwest Vermont, enjoying some mild winter weather, and we just talked with some friends out in Texas. Excuse me. Yeah, mute for a second here. Yeah, sorry about that. I don't know what happened. All of a sudden, I started coughing. I had a coughing fit. A little bit of dryness in my throat. I'll have to grab a lozenge here in a minute. So that's where we are. I guess there's nothing new else to say. I always want to say, for those that join later, and maybe they're starting to watch this, later, if something doesn't get sold and you're interested in it, please email me. That happens on occasion, that somebody sees something they want, and email me. I'll let you know if it's available and for the price that was posted. And let me see what else. Yeah, so I've been doing every Wednesday. I'm still toying with the idea of Sundays. I'd like to go more than once a week, but it just hasn't happened yet. It's just a matter of planning on my part. So, but keep an eye, keep you aware. It might be happening. So, okay. Enough chit chat. Let's get something up there. Let me switch cameras over to my little table. Grab a lozenge here before I start. Now, these look like teacups and saucers, but they're not. Let me think. I should put something up there as a reference. Give you an idea of size. Well, they're not very big. There's a ruler. Can I give you an idea of size? So these are not teacups. They look like teacups, but look. Oh, I pick it up. They stick there. It's stuck together. So these are. I'm look at the name. I always have to look it up because I keep forgetting. Kate Aspen is the brand name. Now excuse me. I'll put that in the chat. And what these are votive candle holders. What were they? No, I forgot what I was. I'm terrible. I should be writing this stuff down in the proper way. But I know what I wanted to say about these, and I have to look it up again to see what I wrote down. Yes, they're a tea light holder. Okay, so maybe that's a better word. I vote over a tea light. And so what I'm going to ask for these, we'll start these at $8 for the pair. Excuse me, I got a lozenge in my throat here. Can't hear that. Okay, and so that's what these are, and I'll show you the name of the bottom shows up. There's a sticker still there. What's left of it looks like somebody had from 2007, Kate Aspen, and this little warning sticker on it. And I think the other one's in better shape. Talks about preventing a fire, that kind of thing. For lighting from 2007. They do have a little, looks like a little silver trim on the edges, on the bottom of the saucer. And a little black and white pattern on the side. They look pretty good. I didn't see any chips on them. They look to be in really good condition. I don't think they were ever used, actually. They look like they were brand new. They were just sitting around for a long, long time. But that's what they are. And then we'll jump into some jewelry next. I think we'll kind of go back and forth here a bit. But those are them. So you can see they're not really big. The ruler there for a reference. I was looking to see if I had a quarter to throw on the table. I usually try it. But I don't seem to have one handy. I got a penny. I guess somewhere here. I did. Well. Okay. Oh my. Nope. Just trying to find a good reference for you, but that'll have to do for now. Okay. No interest in those. That's fine. We will pass on those. Cute little votive holders. By the way, I did kind of look these up, and they go for like $9 or $10 a piece. So that was giving you a pretty good deal. Well, one actually has, one of the ones actually has a little bit of wax in the bottom. The other one's clean. Just notice that. Okay. Jewelry. I got a box full of jewelry. I'm going to go through. Start with, let's see here. haven't really decided what I want to start with. Oh, let's start with a pin. I don't usually start with pins, but we'll start with this pin. And I didn't see any markings on this pin. It's silver tone. It's got what appears to be it's not a stone. Let me double check and see if there's any markings before I put it out there. But nope, don't see any. Cute little pin. Get the camera up closer. I really have a tickle in my throat tonight. It's not really a stone. What do you call that? Black. Call it decor. We'll start this at $5. And like I said, I have some ephemera tonight. If anybody's interested, got some interesting stuff like some old photographs and some travel maps and things like that. If anybody's interested, don't be shy about posting something in the chat. And within reach, I have model railroad magazines and what was the other thing? Oh, I got a couple of vintage sports illustrated ones that are of historic value. I guess that's the best way to put it. Well, the model railroad ones are from the 60s and 70s, some of them, and some are 60s, 70s, and 80s. There's some older ones in there, definitely vintage. What's neat about those older railroad magazines is they have suggested track layouts, which is kind of cool. So, as you can see on the screen there, it shows my new channel name, Vintage Dust by George G. I thought that'd be easier. I know when I go to other people's sites, they were seeing GGG 1955. I had no idea who that is, but when they see this, they'll know it's me. So I did that not just hopefully for you folks, but it's also for me. So let me get rid of that banner. That also takes up some space on the screen. Let's turn that off. So, okay. So there's that pin, and we'll take that off because we're going to pass on that. We didn't show it up close. I didn't maybe let's do that. Give you some idea of the intricacy of the pattern and the back. I am seeing a lot of people wearing pins now, more so than I ever did. It's apparently becoming a new thing. So, okay. There's going to be one unusual thing tonight. I would say unusual. I don't usually show a lot of electronics, but I got this the other day, and I thought, well, we'll give it a shot here. We'll brand new. Universal, what they call a universal remote, made by GE. Oops, I gotta get my camera to stay still here. There, tighten that up. Okay. Camera's still moving. Sorry, tightening it up, but it's being finicky. I gotta keep reminding me. I gotta change my stand. I've got a better tripod. I gotta keep forgetting to switch to it. Oh, okay. So this is a universal remote control. And we'll start this at $8. It's brand new, never taken out of the package. As you can see, it says it's for all major brands. The DVD, Blu-ray, open and close, pre-programmed for Samsung TVs. Made by it says it's a GE product, and there's the back. Gives you all the instructions. Usually, they come with a little booklet that tells you what codes to use to put in for your TV or DVD player or whatever. So it's kind of nice to have a universal remote sometimes, because then you can use just one remote for everything. So I assume it runs off of AA batteries, probably a AAA. 2 AA batteries, yep. Not included. Well, so they call it the Ultra Pro Universal Remote. Can handle up to 4 different devices. So like your DVD player and your TV. I'm not sure what else now people use nowadays. Maybe even works with your. I don't know if it would work with your with the remote you get for your cable service or whatever. It might be. Maybe it works for that too. I don't know. I didn't look at that to see, but I know the booklet's behind there, behind the remote. You can see it kind of poking through in the plastic. But anyway, here's that. Excuse me. Okay. Let me see. What else we got? What we got to show next? Oh yes, we'll go with this little guy. No, not little, but this next piece is a piece of jewelry that you can do whatever you want with, I guess. It's kind of one of those pieces you can put on a chain, or you can do whatever you want with it. I'm going to pass on this guy. Let's get that up there. Let's show you that item. And let's bring the camera back down. Let's get that off the screen. Man, tried typing the word pass, and believe it or not, YouTube did not like me typing the word pass. Why, I don't know. Okay, let me bring this down closer. Whoops, a little too fast, but there we go. So this is what they call steampunk. And what it is they call it a jewelry part, but you can do whatever you want with it. It is a pendant that you can put pictures in. And it's new, as you can see. So we'll start this at, I don't know what shoe. I don't remember what I said. I will say $7. It's metal. It is metal. And so on the back, it shows you how to open it. When you open it, let's see if I can remember how to open it here. Oh, you got to push the button on top, just like a stopwatch. I mean, a pocket watch. And there's where you put your picture in. You can see it's all metal. Copper colored. I don't know if it's copper, but it's copper colored, or kind of a copper brass finish. And it's, you see, they give you the instructions in the back on how to open the back to put your picture in here. I suspect that you just pop this. It looks like you just pop this back cover off, put your picture in. I got it. Yeah. So, you see, it's brand new. Like I say, they give you instructions on how to open and close it. But, you could put it on a chain, like I said. You could put it on a chain like if you're a gentleman, or if you're a person that likes to carry a pocket watch kind of thing in your pocket. Or if you want to wear it as a necklace, you could wear it as a necklace. It's a pretty simple little piece of this setup with the piece on the top here. And like I say, they call it steampunk. If you're not familiar with steampunk, that's kind of a terminology that came out several years ago, where they take mostly metal items and combine very unlikely items together to create something, either jewelry or something, that's not necessarily something you wear. It could be even a piece of decor, that kind of thing. So, but looks like they got it in French there as well. I don't know the description. It says design and make unique high fashion boutique quality jewelry. And it's from a company called Solid Oak Inc. Don't have a year on this, but that's what they call it right there. Steam with their large watch case, antique copper. So, okay. No interest in that. If you're out there, oh, here we go again. It does not like the word pass. I have to type it in twice. This is so strange. Okay. Oh, what are we going to do next? All right. How about we do a cute little toy set. Let's see if we can set this up properly. And it's made in Japan. And we'll show you what it is here shortly. Cute little toy tea set. Back it up a bit here so get a better angle on it. Get rid of that picture printed message. And so there's a excuse me, a little ceramic tea set. And oops, what did I just do? Oh, bump my light. I keep bumping things here. Sorry. Okay. I'll get it done here. Okay, there we go. Well, I'm going to start this at. Again. Toy tea. Now I'm going now. What did I just do? Man. Yeah, I'm having a rough night tonight. Tea set. Japan. We'll start this at $8. What's that? It's just the two piece. Well, technically 4 pieces. Like I said, it's marked made in Japan on each of the pieces. And there's the matching saucer and the matching cup. I know people actually, I guess they collect these for decor, so that's another option. Put that up on the screen. We'll get ready to show something else. Sorry, I'm trying to save my throat a little bit. Hanging out a drink of water. Oops. There. Okay. I see we've got a variety of stuff tonight. Some really interesting toys actually coming up besides this. And so we're going to kind of go back and forth a bit. So, okay, no interest in the tea set. We'll pass on. Let's see if it's going to not like my word pass again this time. No, took it this time. Okay. Next piece of jewelry is a pair of rings, actually. And they're marked incorrectly. I'm just going to say that for now. I know they're stainless steel. And what did I do with my little display here? I don't see it. Hang on a second. I just moved it to another spot. Well, let's do it this way. We'll show it this way. It's a pair of rings, actually. Both are. I'll tell you what. I'm going to put it on the mandrel to show you the size, and then we'll go from there. So they look to be about 10.5. They're both. Okay. So there's one that's just a stainless steel ring, and the other one has little things in there, and you see it even says stainless steel. They're tied together, and the one ring with a crystal in it, like that. It's supposed to look like I suppose it's supposed to look like a diamond ring. I tested it. It's not. It's just crystal. So let me get that piece of paper off of there, out of the way. So you can see it without the paper. I'm just going to set it down like so. Okay. We'll start these at $7. If there's any interest in that. Well, I'm going to take it off of that and show you. I'll put it on my finger here so you can see it better. I'm not a size 10, but my knuckles are. That's what you get when you have my age with arthritis. So this one with the stone, it definitely has the little crystals all the way around. It lists it as a size 20, but it's not. It's a size 10.5. I'm not sure why that's on there, but it ties the two of them together, and they're the same size. It does have some sparkle to it, though, and the stainless steel, it really does hold up nicely. My goodness. I'm going to have to tickle my throat tonight. Oh, well, this is barely helping. I apologize for that. There it is. If there's any interest. Okay. Get this out of the way. Okay, what next? What next? Let's do this. I think we'll do this next. Okay. Okay, yeah, we'll do this next. All right, we're going to pass on this. Let me get this out of the way. Oh, it did it again. Why doesn't it like the word pass? They think it's spam. Jeepers. Seriously? Okay. We have a set of oops, we got the screen here. Namaste Stressless cards. We'll start these at $6. What was that? Okay, so what these say on the back is that Namaste contains 48 cards of simple yet powerful exercises and affirmations. Cultivate your inner peace and root yourself in harmony. Feel lighter, free, fulfilled. Namaste is a journey. It's a path towards focus and clarity, etc., etc. It says the contents like 48 cards. I know it's been opened. You can see that it has been opened. So they're not new, but the condition seems to be okay. If you look at the cards, they look like they're really, really good shape. And they have to be and just to be. So I can get them back in. Just a second. All right. I guess I'll need to find my Namaste on this one, huh? Okay. There we go. Any interest in that? I think there's a date on here. This is exercise cards, registered trademark from the Fun Tribe crew. I don't see a date on the box anywhere when this came out, but I'm gonna have to mute for a second. Give me right back. Sorry about that. I sneezed and you didn't want to hear that. Okay. Like I said, I kind of wish I understood the impact of changing my name. I have a feeling it's kind of messed things up for the folks out there. We'll see. I'm gonna go run a quick test here if you don't mind. I don't see anybody in the chat talking or commenting, so I'm gonna go check something real quick on YouTube here. Okay. Well, it still shows that I have 100 subscribers. Huh. Okay. I need to sound on my system here. Just put that. So we don't get any feedback. There we go. Okay. Now we'll see here. Okay. I'm hoping it didn't mess things up. I should have sent an email out to folks and let them know things have changed, but we'll see if that makes a difference or not. If you need to resubscribe, you might have to resubscribe. I will see. If not, I may have to change back. I have 14 days to change it back, so we'll see. Things got messed up, I guess. All right, we're going to pass again on this. It still did it to me again. This is so strange. Okay. Jewelry. Well, if I'm having difficulty getting people on here tonight, maybe, just maybe we'll have to redo the auction. Let's do our necklace. I don't think there was a name on this one. I was just looking to make sure. I don't see one. But this is a double, what they call a double necklace. So there's two chains And hang on, let me get my hands free. I've got both my hands free. Let me bring the camera up. And I need to align this properly. Hang on. I didn't do it right. There we go. There is a way to properly show it. And I want to make sure I'm showing it correctly. So you can see there's two chains. Let me get the camera down. There we go. So there's one with a little arrow, and then this little not heart shape, but a little triangle shaped piece here. It does have an extender on it, about a 2-inch extender. It's a gold tone chain. We did look at these. These are just crystals in there, and the arrow. And I don't know if this is a specific stone or not. It could be. It is not cold, so I'm assuming it is not a stone. And the length of that is probably 16, I'm going to say. Not including the extender. And looks like it's more like 14. It could be really small. Let me just drape it down so I have it hanging so I can measure it properly. Yeah, I would say it's 14 inch chain. And I know what I should do is I should put it on display. I don't think it's going to. It just doesn't present well laying it flat. And I'm going to extend it so you can see that it's really quite a bit longer than it says it is. When I do that. So we'll run it to the full extension here. And give you a better idea of what it looks like. Yeah. So you can see the arrow and the other piece here. And oops, I don't have a. There we go. It's better. Straighten that arrow. There you go. So you can see how it works. Okay. Oh. All right. Well, I'm interested in that. So we will. Oh, I didn't put a price. Gold tone. Let's do that, huh? Gold tone. Good grief. I really am slipping tonight. Of course, the fact I was up till past midnight last night didn't help, huh? I'm just going to call it gold tone chain with arrow. To give it a description in the chat here so people know. So I remember which one it is. And we'll start this one at $7. Say, how's that sound? Okay. And so that is that piece. Okay. Alrighty. Well, no interest in that one, so we will pass and move that out of the way. Actually, I got bag. I'm going to bag it up because it does tangle. If I don't bag it up, it tangles. It gets tangled with the other stuff in the box I have it in. So I don't want to do that. Okay. Where am I next? Oh yeah, I got this little trinket box. Sorry. Noise. This little trinket box says Gator Mold Company. Gator as in alligator mold company. And it's a really pretty trinket box. We'll get you the size here in a sec. I just had, there it is. Put the lower in front of it here so you can get an idea of the size. Let's try this. Let's write this up differently here. Box by Box Company. I think that's what it was. Gator Box Company. Or, no, Gator Mold Company. Sorry, I knew that didn't sound right when I said it. We'll start this one at $8. And it's in really great condition. You can see good quality ceramic, nice and shiny finish. I apologize for the dirt inside. And a little bit on the outside too, it looks like. Just a simple little Dawn dish liquid or whatever will clean that safely. And I don't know if this will show up on the back or not. Oh yeah, it does. There you go. Gator Mold 1983. And they make some really nice boxes, trinket boxes. And you can see it's about roughly 4 inches across, probably about 2 inches high, or an inch and a half high, I would say. So looks like about an 8 to 9 second lag from when I post something to when it shows up. That's interesting. Okay, so there we have it. Okay, like I said, I apologize. I know my name has changed on my channel, and I hope it didn't mess things up for folks out there. Like I said, I'll try and send an email out when I get a chance. I was working on that today, actually, and just ran into some other issues that prevented me from continuing. So, even though the weather's fantastic right now here, I'm enjoying it. Okay, so there's the trinket box. That's going to be next for jewelry. Oh, let's go with these. Let's see. You can see I'm alternating between jewelry and other things, and we'll be doing that for a while, probably. I'm trying to, like I said, I've got some ephemera. If there was somebody I mentioned I think last week that they might be interested in ephemera. I have some old photographs. I have some old maps, things like that. If there's any interest, put it in the chat. I do have some toys coming. At least one more toy, I should say. Yeah, one more. I got some really interesting stuff we picked up over the past few weeks, and one item I'm still trying to figure out what it's worth. It's got a Mickey Rooney autograph on it. It's really cool. So, okay, no interest in the trinket box. That's fine. Like I said, anybody sees this later, and they're interested, let me know. Okay, let's put that over here. Oh, almost forgot I got that over there too. Okay, so this is a pair of. Oops, let me get that off the screen. These are a pair of amethyst earrings on sterling hooks. We'll start these at $8. I know it's sterling. My wife tells me they're sterling, and if she tells me they're sterling, they're sterling. The hooks, that is. So they're not marked that I can see, but they definitely are there. So, and you can see the amethyst has been. It's not the crystalline form of amethyst, as you can see, but it is amethyst. So that's what she tells me anyway. When it comes to stuff like this, I have to depend on her for knowing for sure what they are. But I didn't post that on the screen. Do that. I know there's some folks I try to remember to put it up on the screen. I apologize if I don't do it quickly, because they're either watching from their phones, and sometimes the chat is hard to read, and so it's easier to see if you see it on the screen sometimes. So I apologize if I don't get it up there quickly, but I will try and put it up there every time. Okay. Now that's up there. I got some really unusual jewelry too tonight. Stuff that I had come across that we had from about 35 or 40 years ago in age, I mean, that so okay. Alrighty. No interest in the amethyst earrings on silver. Again, as you can see, it's a shepherd's hook. We got little rubber stoppers on the back that keep them from falling off the card. If you want, I can show it against my hand so you can see it against the. Sometimes it looks better and different against my skin than it does against that little card we've got it on. But there it is. Okay. Well, no interest in earrings. We'll pass. Like I said, I wasn't sure what was going to happen tonight because being Ash Wednesday, I thought I was hoping going late enough that maybe it shouldn't affect too many people. I don't know. I know the time zone differences, of course. I understand that. Okay. Like I said, I'm going to alternate some stuff tonight. Here's a really interesting butter dish. It's in great condition, fantastic condition, actually. And so I had to look this one up because I wanted to give you the best details on it. I'm going to type in the chat what the brand is. Maybe if I type it in the right place, it would help. And so you can see it's got silver. This is what they call it. Well, it's different patterns they have. So the Duncan and Miller Glass Company is what these are. And this is probably 80 years old, in that range. 1930s to the 1950s. So it is not technically antique, but it's definitely... so it's a sterling silver floral overlay. And I'll show you more of it. I'm going to start this at $12. Oops, I mistyped that. Let me do that again. I got a typo in there. My fat fingered it. Starting bid is 12. There we go. Let's try that. There we go. Let's get rid of that message. Okay. So, let me. It is. There are no chips on this thing. It is in mint condition. It is really beautiful, and you see the silver overlay on it on the top. And the base. Some call it a tear. Somebody was on there call it a teardrop, but I'm not quite sure if that's I guess that is the right name for this particular one. There's the base. So they said these were made in the 1920s to the 1950s. So if that's 1950s, that makes it 70 years old. 1920s almost makes it an antique. Technically, if it was 1925, which is when they started making these, if it was made in 1925, it would be technically an antique. So, yeah, and I see the prices all over the place on this one, so I'm giving you the best deal I think that's out there. You'll not see it for this lower price anywhere out there. Again, it's just really, really pretty. Needs a little cleaning. You can see there. I think that's cleaning. I hope that's not a break. Well, I'm not sure. It's stained, but I can't tell if it's stained from something else or not. I'm not going to mess with it. But there it is. Really, really pretty. Okay, no interest in that one. Pass on that one. I'm going to try something different here so to see if it rejects my pass again. Ah, it took that. Okay. All right. Here's the. Okay. Another piece of jewelry. Okay, you've got. I've had stuff out of this company before in my auctions, and this one says that is a surgical steel ear wire. Okay, it is gold tone, made right here in Vermont. I'm trying to get it to flip around on the card here. It's just trying to get the earrings to show the way it's supposed to show. Got a little bunch. There we go. It's a company called Silver Forest here in Bellows Falls, Vermont. I'm going to call these the acorn earrings. You'll see why in a second. You can probably see why. Helps if I can spell acorn. My typing's a little dyslexic tonight. We'll start these at $7. And like I said, there's the back. See the Made in Bellows Falls, Silver Forest ink. Looks like from 2017, if that tag is to be believed. I keep doing that to myself. There we go. So let's show them up close. A little acorn inside a gold tone ring. And of course, the shepherd's hook. And the bead above it almost looks like a jasper, but I'm not sure. Too small for me to tell for sure. Okay. Well, I get another sip of water, so I'll start coughing again. I don't know what it is. It's getting my throat tonight. Okay. What was the other items I want to show? Oh, I guess we won't worry about that too much. I know I'm forgetting something somewhere. So bear with me. Oh, there it is. Okay. There it is. Okay, no interest in those earrings. We'll pass on those. Took it that time. Okay. Anybody into journaling? I have brand new journals, journal books. I have, I forget the name. Is it 4? I think. Yeah, 4. Brand new in the shrink wrap. They're made by the Amazing Office. I'm typing and it's not taking it. Amazing Office Journal. And let me give you some detail on it here in a second. We'll start these at $10. They're brand new. Just give me a second here. Again, my notes. They call it Tree of Life Journal. Yeah, I'm trying to find this particular one. I have my notes on because they have multiple versions. Okay, let me. Yeah, it's called the Amazing Office Tree of Life Journal, and it says it's in white. The covers, the black sleeve you see is not the journal. That is just the cardboard. It is white. And they typically, I found this exact one. I think it was on Amazon. I want to say, and it was going for like $20. Or more. So they're I didn't take it out of the shrink wrap. I'm leaving it brand new in the shrink wrap. If you want to give it as a gift to somebody, I don't know what it looks like other than I can guess from looking at the pictures. When I looked it up, it looks like it has a Tree of Life picture on the cover of the journal. It's a white journal with a picture of the Tree of Life on it. I don't know if that makes sense, but anyway, like I said, brand new. They're going for like $20, $30. I think at Amazon had it for $20. So you're getting it for half price, at least. So, and I have 4 of them. So, so if there's any interest in that, I should have said I'd buy it now. I should just make it a buy it now. There, let's do that. We'll pull it right in there in the chat. So, just so you know, buy it now, $10. I have 4 available. Okay. Jewelry. Okay, I don't know if there's a name on this one. All right, my display. Give me a second. Setting up. Oh, that was weird. That was weird. I hope you can hear me still. Oh, that was weird. My system just went to sleep for some strange reason. Must have hit a button on my keyboard that I didn't expect to do that. That is really strange. Okay. All right, let's see here. Pass on this. Gonna complain about this word? Nope, not time. Not this time. Okay, no interest in the journals. That's fine. Let's do jewelry, and it was the process of testing it. Yeah. Okay, we have this really neat necklace we're going to show next. And we set this down here so we can bring the camera up. Get that off the screen. And there we go. Show it properly here. Okay, so this is the green you see is green glass. So I'm going to call this the green glass necklace. It's really, really nice. I did check the silver balls, the silver tone balls. They seem to react to a magnet, so I'm assuming they're not silver. But the glass, it is glass. I did check that. The larger green beads. Okay, excuse me. Let's try that again. We'll start this at 10. Oh, come on. Now it doesn't like me typing this. This is very strange tonight. I'm getting some really weird vibes. I gotta type it again. The necklace started at $10. Okay. So let's show you the clasp, which is really, really fascinating here. The toggle style clasp. But look at this thing. Isn't that cool? That's really cool. Little leaf shaped guy. A toggle. I did not see any markings on it. On either piece. Sometimes it'll say, if it's going to be 925, it would say it on the back here or on somewhere on the piece, but no. So that's what it kind of looks like. Let me show you the beads up close. And it's kind of more of an aqua than a green, but on my screen it's looking a little washed out. I don't know why. Let me give me some more light here. Maybe that'll help. Give it there. See if that helps. Give it a little more light. Try not to overwhelm my camera. My camera does some weird things when it gets too bright. But you can see each of the beads in between. Okay, I think this is the best way to show it. Like that. It's not focusing. Come on. There we go. Okay. What next? Like I said, person that was interested in ephemera, I don't see them in the chat, so I wasn't going to do that unless somebody actually asked for ephemera. So we'll leave it at that. I'm trying to decide what to show next. I think I'll do this. I think. Double check on this. So. Okay. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay, no interest in the necklace. We will pass on that. Let's see if we get dinged for that word. This is so weird tonight. We're getting these messages from YouTube rejecting my comments. I've never had that happen. Okay. So technically not jewelry, but is metal. A commemorative coin. Our heroes and our flags. Ulysses S. Grant and Lee, General Lee, in there. And this is in 24 karat plated. So this is a 24K plated commemorative. Can't spell commemorative. There we go. Commem. There we go. Missing one extra character. Coin. Oops. And we're going to start this at $7. I don't know where else to start, to be honest. Kind of just winging it on this one. So this side, and this is encased. I may even have the little flyer that goes with it. I'll have to look. You can see, and what you're seeing is the plastic scratching, not the coin itself. The coin's in mint condition. So our heroes, our flags, USS Grant, Robert E. Lee, the flags, and then on the other side, this is a sesquicentennial coin. It was in 2000. Can't read it on my screen. 2011, 2015. It says here on the corner. Of the Civil War. This is from the Franklin Mint. Yeah, American Mint Civil War Battle Flag Commemorative Coin, also known as the Our Heroes and Our Flags Medal, was released in 2011 to 2013 to mark the Civil War sesquicentennial 150th anniversary. Features the portraits of Ulysses Grant and Robert E. Lee, their signatures, and the colorized pad print design of the Civil War battle flags. It's struck in copper or bronze and layered in 24 karat gold, or in this case it's gold. Roughly 2 inches across and weighs about 54 grams. It is designed to be a commemorative for collection, not legal tender. Anybody interested? Coins. I have a bunch of these types of coins, these gold-plated Franklin Mint coins. I have a bag full of them. I just popping up at least one or two to show you some different ones I have. Okay, no interest in this. We're going to pass. And let's do, see, I just did necklace. Let's do earrings. These are rose quartz. Oops, I'll get this message in here. Earrings. We'll start these at $6. As you can see, they're real. That's real rose quartz. They're not identical. Come on, get back on the card. There we go. I'm going to show it against my hand because I know the rose quartz, and it's on gold-plated ear wires. By the way, gold-plated on surgical metal, whatever it's what they mean. That's what the manufacturer of them says. These are earrings that came from our business. So they're definitely pale, kind of a pale pink. Actually, it did show pretty good against the card, didn't it? Maybe we can show better against the white. I don't know what to say. They are pale pink though. They're rose. That's why they're rose quartz. It actually does show better against the card, I think. Okay. Alrighty. Oh, 9:45 already. Wow. Quiet out there tonight in the chat. I said, I'm afraid I may have messed up by doing the name change. We'll see. We'll send an email out. See if we can fix that. Okay, we'll pass. And go with the toy. I gotta bring the camera up to show you it. Set this down for a second. Get rid of this. Bring the camera up. Okay. So there's something called the Orbite X3. And I had to look it up. I'm going to call it a spinner. And we're going to start this at $10. No, let's go to $8. Ah, there goes my camera again. Stay put. Stay put. There we go. So as you can see from the picture, it kind of gives you a hint of what you're doing with this thing. It's these things here that light up, and it's got a string. And when you basically do tricks with the strings and lights it up, it's sort of, think of it as a yo-yo, but more sophisticated than that. It's because it's lit up, and it does all kinds of light tricks and stuff with it. And so it is a toy that you obviously want to do in an open space, not in any place where you're going to hit something. Probably good outdoors, I imagine, and especially at night. It says, go ahead, take it for a spin. And I don't remember when this came out. Quite a while ago, though, I think. It says it's got 20 color options, 16 flashing patterns, and 3 mode shuffles. Sets the standard for creating stunning light imagery at your command. The first reversible microlight orbit. So I don't know more than that, but it is a toy. And I thought I'd put it out there, see if anybody's interested. Otherwise, we will pull it and do something else. Okay. Now we're going to cue things up here for the next item. Ooh, this. We'll do this item next. I gotta test something here. Wrong way. Okay. Okay. No interested in the toy. We'll pass on that. We'll do a mermaid necklace, and it's on a silver plated chain. I say that because it says 925 on the chain, but they're lying to me. And it is silver plated, but it's not silver. So let's get rid of that. Mermaid necklace. We'll start this at $7. How's that? Okay. That's an 18-inch chain. Now this is ceramic. And the colors come out pretty fair on that. It is kind of an aqua color. Ah, if I position it better, there we go. Okay. What was I going to do next? Oh, yeah, this item. I think I'm just looking here to make sure I'm not forgetting something else. Oh, I do have some really cool stuff I want to give away tonight. Practically, they say practically give away. So we'll see. If anybody shows up interested in next to nothing free. I mean, free in the sense of the purchase, so you still have to pay for shipping. But Okay, I'm going to pass on this. Okay, I have, and this is not jewelry, obviously, a bunch of these garlands. And I do mean a bunch. I was just trying to count. Back up the camera a little bit here so we can get it on the screen. So these are these garlands that are 6.5 feet long. These you can see like a paper mache, not paper mache, paper things. I think that's what they're made out of. Yeah. So I have, let me count. 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 of them. 10 of them. I have 10 of them. And you can have all 10 for $10. Buy it now. $10. They're big. The packaging is going to be big, so probably going to cost as much to ship it as you're paying for them. But that's why I'm giving you. Oops, it's 10. Quantity of 10. So I know I typed that wrong, I think. But anyway, so it's $1 a piece. It comes out to. And if you're looking to decorate something, for party, whatever, party, wedding, I don't know, anniversary, something. They're all the same pattern, color pattern. They're all identical. So they're just exactly the same. So I got a bunch of them. But I got them for a song. I'm giving them to you for a song. So. I realize there's some other stuff in this bag. I didn't even know I had this other stuff in here. I'll have to check those out. There's a bunch of stuff in this bag I didn't even know I had. Wow. Okay. I'll have to sort through what else is in this. It came in a big bag and they said, take them. So there they are. Okay, no interest in those. Okay, we'll pass on those. Find a new home for them. Okay, back to jewelry. Let's see here. Oh yeah, this necklace here. It's a cute little necklace here. Get the camera closer again and down. And show you this necklace. I didn't see a name on it. It looks like about a 2-inch, 1.5 to 2-inch extender on it, as you can see. I guess those are supposed to be cherries. I'm going to call it that. Necklace. We'll start this one at $7. Does that sound reasonable? Oh, for crying out loud. I typed that in and didn't like it. Come on. Seriously? It keeps telling me I'm rejecting my comments because it says it thinks it's spam. Can't get over that. And then I type it the same thing in again and it goes just fine. What a weird thing. Huh. All right. So there's that necklace. I think I'm going to say it's 16 inches. without the extender. Almost 14. So 16 with the extender, probably. I would say. It's 16 if I go to here. But if I go to where the bit here, it's more like 14. So, there's the bag. This, I know people must see all of it. So, and there's the clasp. The chain is kind of almost dark black, not black, but kind of a dark silver. They call it. It's not silver, but it's a dark silver. They call it finish with the extender. So, okay. Excuse me. Let me grab another sip. Get that out of the way. I know I'm forgetting something. I got a bunch of these other necklaces I'm going to show later. Maybe I can do them next. I think I'm going to jump right into these and see if anybody's interested in anything like this. If anyone would be interested in anything like this. And then we'll go from. Okay, no interested in this. So we will pass. And take off the screen. I got a bunch of these necklaces that are made with various little, I think they call them totems on the end. And they're all multi-strand cord. I got quite a variety of them. I'll show you a few of them. Where's that one? Oh, here it is. They're not. You will need to tie the end. They're just loosely connected up here, so like if you see, it's not really. Well, this one is tied. This one is not tied. I don't think at the top. But anyway, you see, it's got these. It's what they did is they did two multicolor, so green and white here, black and white there, red and white, red and tan, green and black here, with these various little totems on the end. Any interest? If there's any interest, I'm going to call these totem necklaces for choice. We're going to do a buy it now of $2. How's that? So I've got a few others if there's any interest. The different totems on each of them. I don't think I have any duplicates. I think they're all unique. But if there's any interest, let me know and I'll put the others up. So if you're just interested in one, just say 1, 2, 3, 4 or whatever, and it's yours. So, excuse me, and I can show you some more if you're interested. If there's no interest, fine. Let me know in the chat, please. If you're even vaguely interested, and I can show you the rest of the ones I have. Like I say, these are all corded. And I would guess they're pretty short. I would say they're more almost like a choker kind of thing. They got little beads here, as you can see, little silver tone beads and other things on them. Okay. Interesting. Remember I said there's a bag came with those garlands. There's a bunch of stuff in that bag. I'm just to see what it was. Fascinating. Okay, like I said, I do have some ephemera if anybody's interested. Again, let me know in the chat. Otherwise, I won't bother to bring it up. Ephemera tends to be something that certain people seem to like, and other people could care less. So we will go with what you asked for. And there's not going to be any interest in those, so we will pass on those. Oh, come on. I'm getting this again. It keeps rejecting my comments. Oh, this is crazy. All right. Put those aside. Here's a toy, brand new as far as I can tell, in the original box. I think they call it 16th scale. I mean, maybe 24th. I can't remember. Die cast metal. See what it says here somewhere. From 1993, Ertl Company. And Collector's Series number 10. So I will call this the Ertl Collector Texaco truck, 1939 truck. And we'll start this at $12. I'm going to try and make this appealing, I think. I'm trying to make it appealing. If there's any interest in that. I don't think I've ever tried to get it out of the box. The box opens kind of strangely. I did look at it today to see if I could open it, and there it is. Okay. So you can see it's still the original plastic. There it is. And I'm not going to go any further than that. I'm going to try and keep it in as best shape as I can for the collector out there. If there's any interest in that. See, the length of that thing, the length of the box is roughly 8 inches across. And it's almost the length of the box in there, if you noticed. And the box is about 2.5 inches wide and 2.5 inches tall. Like I said, it's either 16th or 1/24th scale. I can never remember. I have some others, and they're all different. So, again, I'm looking here. It doesn't say the scale on it. It just says locking coin bank with key. Oh, I didn't notice that before. Well, that's interesting. Recommended for ages 8 and over. So locking, like right there on the bottom, it says locking coin bank. Right below the 1939 it says locking coin bank with key. So I did not know that. I've been sitting on my shelf for a while. I've never paid much attention, I guess, to it. Okay. No interest in the truck. How about some sterling earrings? Let's go to that. We'll pass on the truck. And set that aside. These are in the original box. I have not cleaned them. They do need a cleaning. Apparently the word Felte, F-A-I-L, I'm not going to be able to type it right in this chat here, but I don't think it'll let me do the A correctly. Anyway. But they are in the original box, and I'm going to start this at, what do they want? I can't remember. I think we'll have to start these at $20. If I remember what I researched these at. I can never remember what. Yeah, they're made by a company called Solvar. I'll show you in a second. And these are in the original box. They're a Celtic cross stud earring. Probably misspelled something here, but it's all right. Let me close the box and show you. Crafted by Solvar. Here's the box on the outside. Again, I know, and it's really nicely packaged, and they definitely need to be cleaned a little bit. I just didn't bother taking them out of the package. I can probably pull them out of there to show you the backs, but they even came with a little silica pack. But yeah, it's a post earring. Any interest? Oops, that back on screen properly. I guess they're kind of collectible item too, so that's why it's not just that they're big and a lot of silver, because you can see by my finger they're not that large. But yeah, I think the word translates translates to welcome. Yeah. So I did look it up. I was kind of curious. Anyway, do I have the COA for the coin? I'll look. Where's my bag? I have the COA for some of them. I don't have it for all of them. So let me see if I have it for that one. It may have fallen out of the thing, but I'll leave that up for while you're looking at it. How you doing, Kelly, by the way? Speaking of, welcome. Okay, that's a certificate, but that's not the right one. Yeah, because these are numbered. A lot of these are numbered. And I've got like one for John F. Kennedy, for example. Got Abraham Lincoln. Ooh, got it. Yes. Okay, hang on. I'll show it to you in a second here. I just had a. Okay. So anyway, I've had a bit of a tickle in my throat tonight, Kelly, but otherwise I'm doing all right. I'm enjoying the weather we have. So okay, no interest in the earrings. We're going to pass on those, and let's get back to the coin, which is in this thing. Okay, so we'll show you the coin. Let me get the earrings out of the way here. So I do have Civil War battle flags. I have the COA that came with it. Oops, let me get that off the screen. And you see they're numbered. So this is the number that came with that one. And then it talks about the guarantee, and it talks about the information. And oh, wait a minute, maybe this is another right one. Our heroes, no, our heroes and our flags. Yep, that's it. It's called Our Heroes and Our Flag. And so it says it's copper layered in 24 karat gold with pad print. It was issued in 2013. It's approved quality. And then there's a write-up here on it, right there. So there's the write-up for it. So, okay, let me go back and see what I can't remember what I asked for it. What did I ask for that? Oh, there it is. $7. Okay. All right. Let me put that in the chat. Okay. Okay. I'm not gonna be able to spell commemorative again. Commemorative flags, coin. Still misspelled commemorative. Good thing I get spell check. Sold to Kelly for, I said $7, right? Yeah, 7. Okay, and I'll do that. And so the other ones I have, they actually, I don't have COAs for all of them, but I have COAs for quite a few of them. I'll just set it down. Where did I set it down? Give me a second. On the floor. I literally have a bag full of them, of coins, all kinds of different ones. So And I know the prices vary on these quite a bit. So some of these are commemoratives of certain types of coins. Some of these are commemoratives on people. So, for example, here's the Lincoln one. Get that off the screen. Okay. Abraham Lincoln, 14th president. And the COA is inside the same little plastic envelope here. We can get open if I can. Plastic's a little on the stiff side here, so give me a second. These have been sitting around a while, so the plastic, the sleeve that they're in is, I mean, it's in a, you can see it's in a, nice coin in a sleeve. Okay. That's the other side. And then there's a COA for it, and that's the number. It's number 6651. Presidential dollar trials. And then it gives you the same information about the coin, copper layered in 24 karat gold. Issued was in 2009. It's proof quality. Statue of Liberty on one side, and it has a little bit of history there about it. So there's that. I honestly, I'd be honest with you, I'd have to look it up, but I'm not asking full price on any of these things anyway. But just to give you an idea, I think, they typically go, this one's going for a little more than the other one I had, but not a lot more. So I would part with it for $7 again. So if you're interested in that, I see one. That's the one Lincoln I have. I have another one too somewhere. I thought I have a Gettysburg Address one somewhere. Oh, I have several actually. Let me see if I have a COA for them that I may not have. I mean, I have a lot of these coins. I just got to see if I get which ones I've got. I know I have one for the Gettysburg Address. I'm just trying to see if I've got the. Oh, I do. I think. Yes. Here's my other Abraham Lincoln one with the COA. So there's that one. And there's another one here with Life of Abraham Lincoln somewhere. Is this it? Yeah. So here's the other one I've got. That's the Life of Abraham Lincoln. So I think, let me see. Does this one have the? Yeah, this is the one that has the Gettysburg Address on the back. So, and I think that's it for what I have for Lincoln. I think the rest are commemoratives, but and I have one other Civil War related one, but it's not Lincoln. And that's it. But yeah, I have an Eisenhower one. I didn't know I had that. But a lot of the ones I have also are like these kinds of things. It's a commemorative of the double eagle gold coin, but that's not gold. So, okay, you want all three of those? I will say, put that in the chat and say yes. Kelly, all three Lincoln commemoratives, and I'm going to misspell it again. Coins for I'm going to put it as sold in the chat. Let me know if I'm being accurate here. So it's a total of 4 coins. The 3 are showing, and the other one I had earlier, I think. Right? Or is that all? Oh, was it just 3? Maybe it was just 3. I'm making sure I don't make a mistake here. Okay, good. All right, thank you. Let me write that down on my clipboard. There it is. And I'll update a new invoice for you too, because I know I just sent one out. I'm trying to save you some money on shipping, so I to ship your first item that you paid for, and just trying to save you a little money. Okay, let me set those aside. Make sure I get the right ones with the right thing here. Life of, and presidential dollar trial. Cool. Yeah, we went to Gettysburg many years ago. It was awesome in a sense. Okay, and I just had your box of stuff handy here. Let's do that. No, just set it here. Oh, here it is. So, oh, that's not it. So, oh, did you? Oh, okay. Hang on. Oh yeah, the commemorative flag coins. That's right. That's the other one. So there were 4 total. Okay. All right. Now I just had my pen and I set it down. Oh my goodness. Fun. Yeah. All right. All right. Thank you, Kelly. Okay. Did I have any non-jewelry stuff I wanted to show? I guess not. Let's see if I got. Oh, I had another dichroic. I was waiting to show this towards the end here on a gold tone chain. A cute little dichroic. We're going to start this at $7. If there's any interest. Right. Yes. I will add them. What I'll do is I'll take, you have a current pending invoice, I think. I haven't checked today, but I'm assuming it's pending still. I will update that invoice, and then there's no shipping added because I'm going to put it into the existing box I already have for you. So that'll save you some money. The amethyst earrings, yes. Okay. Had my hands on those. I just set everything down, and I got to figure out where I set it down. Give me a second. But I'll write it down. I'll make sure I get it. Amethyst earrings. I go back and see what I said for those. That was way at the beginning, I think. Yeah, $8. Okay. Oh, I'm glad you made it. I appreciate you being here. I really do. Okay. So let me see. We get that. Let me just put the sold in the chips. Type comment. Sold to Kelly amethyst earrings for $8. Okay. I just want to put it in the chat so it's official. Thank you. Okay, and this is the cute little dichroic here. I got more dichroics coming. I need to get some chains for them and things like that. So there's the back, and then there's the front. It's cute. It's not very big, as you can see. I mean, next to my finger, it's like what, 3/4 of an inch or something like that. Cute little thing. But anyway, there it is. Yeah, I was worried, Kelly, too, also that I didn't, because I changed the name of my channel, that I was going to mess things up for people. But hard to know. So if people even got notifications. So, okay. What the heck happened here? This is weird. All right. Okay, we'll pass on this. And I don't know if she told me if these were stone or cold, but I don't know if they're stone or not. She didn't tell me. So, but they are on sterling earrings. They're really long danglies. So I'm just going to call them the blue chip. Oh, good grief. I'm going to call it the blue chips earrings. And we'll start these at $7. And it is a sterling ear wire. It is even marked sterling. And you notice the air wire is not your typical shepherd's hook. It has got that little whoop, curl at the end. So it's kind of a different kind of hook. It's not really technically a shepherd's hook in the sense of the way it's shaped, but I'm trying to get it on camera here if I can get it to focus. All right, let's try that again. Come on, focus. There we go. So see how they curl up at the end. Anyway, so they're on sterling. Probably should ask more, but being on sterling and all, but that's all right. That's where they are. Yes, they are 925. The ear wires are actually marked 925, and the wire that they're mounted on is also sterling. So yes, they are sterling. Oops, I'll put that in there. Hang on, I'm just trying to. I made a mess of my stuff here. I'm just trying to get my act back together here. All my coins. Okay. All right. Oh, I see Kelly at 7. So I'm going to say going once. Going twice. Oh, I didn't put that up on the screen, did I? Oop, there we go. Last call. Okay. And sold $7. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll put that over here with your coins. And I still got to dig out the earrings I asked for. Put it down. Okay. Make sure I get those other earrings for you. That cute. I got this little scarf pin. Everybody's interested in that kind of thing, but there it is. Oh, so let me get that off the screen. Not scarf pin. Not, catalog. Scarf clasp. That's what I'm looking for. Not a pin. We'll start this at $4, I think. Okay. Yes, get my act together on some other things. Just making sure I got everything organized here that I have. Okay. Oh, come on. I typed that in there and it didn't take it. Oh, good grief. Let's try again. It rejected my comment. I've been getting this all night. This drives me crazy. So you can see it's not a pin, it's a clasp. And I think it does have a name in the back of it. Let me get my loop and see if I can read that. No, maybe it's just markings. I can't tell. No, it's just, no, it's not. It's nothing written. Just appears that way when you're looking at it, but it's nothing written there. So so what it is it's got this ring, right? You run your scarf. My understanding, is you have this ring and you run your scarf through that, and it holds your scarf. Bunches it together, whatever. So to hold it. Okay. Kelly, was it you that was interested in the ephemera? I thought it was, but I couldn't remember. I thought it was you that said something about interested in that ephemera. Let me see here. What did I do with that? I'm sorry. I'm trying to. I made a mess here, and now I'm trying to straighten it up. I thought so. Okay, so would you be interested in like photos or travel maps? And that's what I have handy right now, within reach. So. Like I said, I got some old photos. Let me pass on this, and I'll just show it to you. I know it's getting close to my time that I usually stop for the night, so let me just so let's pass on this guy here and pull it out of the screen. I have, and I apologize that the photos are, and it's really interesting. It's a mixture of stuff. Let me bring the camera up so you can see the whole thing. It's a bag full of newspaper clippings and photos of people. I have no idea who they are, or where this came from. There's a bag full of clippings and stuff like that here, and must be related to this particular family, I guess. I always found it interesting. There's an in remembrance, so somebody passed away. So there's like that. But then this is really, and this thing's falling apart, of old photos. Let me back up the camera a little bit more here. Bring it up. You can see a bunch of old photos, and they're fastened in. And it says 1920, 1930, 1930, 1930, 1934. And this black paper they mounted on it's just falling apart. More pictures there. 1935, 1950 something, in 1937. Oh, here it actually has a name on it, Mrs. Hugh Sterling. There. So they actually wrote on that one. And there's a few loose photos here with a woman in a car, sitting in front of a car. This the kind of stuff you'd be interested in? So you can see this, all these photos. No idea where this came from. My wife got this somewhere, I think. But anyway, so it's that plus all these clippings that obviously you have to do. This says 1924, class of 1924 on shown in picture before and after. Page 8 from the State Register on Laurel, Delaware. I know where this came from. This came from a friend of ours who grew up in Delaware, but it's not related to anything in her family, which is kind of strange. So, not quite sure why she had it, but anyway, I would say I would start this at like $10 or something like that. Clippings will start at $10. If there's any interest at all. And that's not. That's. I say. I want to warn you right now. This paper is just shredding. That black paper is just coming apart. But the photos all seem to be okay, and I don't see too many curling up or anything like that. A couple of them maybe did, but very interesting. I've often said when I've watched these auctions, you can do 10. Okay. I don't see anybody else expressing an interest, so we will say I'm just going to jump right in and just say sold to Kelly for $10. Is that okay? That is okay. Oh, come on! Not getting rejected my comment again. And I'm the owner. Why does it do that? I'm going to have to do something different here. So anyway, thank you. This is figure out why it's doing that. I'm going to try and package it all. I'll give you everything that's there. It is all kinds of interesting clippings and stuff like that. And I've often suggested to people when they see people buying this stuff, and my wife does this too, by the way. She likes to buy some of this ephemera stuff too. But the interesting thing I always tell people, if you're a writer, you can look at some of this stuff and make it and just build a story just around what you see. Be creative and make up some fictional story and just use all the clues you have here to come up with something. I think it could be really kind of cool. My wife's a writer, so I know she does do that kind of thing. In fact, she has a couple of old diaries she's bought in the past. So, but okay. So thank you. It is 10:30 and 10:35 actually. I'm trying to see if I had any other items left that I wanted to show absolutely tonight, but I can't say as I see it right now in front of me. Oh, I mentioned if anybody's ever interested, I'm going to be posting. I got a ton of these. Model railroad, and I've got one of the items we picked up along with that is one I consider somewhat historical. For those of us that remember what happened to Nancy Kerrigan, that is the Sports Illustrated article on it. So some pretty cool. So we did manage to pick up some really cool magazines. I'm not going to spend too much time on it. I can't. It's getting late. It's late. I gotta go put the dogs out. They've been probably waiting for me to put them out. So, but I do have a bunch of magazines like that, a ton of railroad magazines, and I can get a bunch more if anybody's interested in those. So, the other thing I had was the boxes right here. I've got a ton of maps. Where did I do them? These are when I traveled a lot with IBM, and oh, you're welcome, Kelly. And I traveled a lot, so everywhere I went, when I went to like San Jose, I went to Hertz, picked up maps of the city maps, that stuff for different cities I've been to, that kind of thing. So all this is the kind of ephemera I'm talking about with that kind of stuff. This is my California folder, Yosemite National Park. We went there. Then I've got another folder on Seattle, Oregon. I've got another folder on, there are just tons and tons of folders like that. So this, if you're interested in I'll try and be a little more organized next week and bring some of that stuff up. Let's see. I usually had it grouped by location. And excuse me. So here's my. Which one is this? This one is USA, just USA General Travel. Plattsburgh, Broome County, Pennsylvania, Frontier Town. Where is that? That must be Pennsylvania too, I think, right? What city is that? Anyway, so all these travel, tons and tons of it, just tons and tons of it. So we'll try and organize something for next week and have that available and make it I'm going to try and group it in a good way. So okay, so let me switch cameras here real quick. And I know I'm running later than I want. That's all right. But I did want to touch base, and I wanted to make sure people understood that I did change my channel name. It's not at GGG1955 anymore. I had to change it because every time I was going to somebody else's auction or site, they didn't know who GGG1955 was, and I had to keep telling them, and they don't remember. So I changed my name to Vintage That's by George G, which is what my channel used to be called before they changed it using the at things. So anyway, that's what it is. Okay, no problem. You make it. I'm not going to worry. You can always watch the replay. It's true. Anyway, I mentioned at the beginning, I may try and do Sundays again. I've done it once, and it would be around 5 o'clock my time, Eastern Standard Time. If I do that, I should have done it this past weekend. I looked and there weren't any auctions at all around that time this past Sunday, but I just wasn't prepared. So that's the way it is sometimes. But thank you everybody for being here, and we will see you in a week if all things go as planned. And I think that'll be the 25th. Yes. Almost February is almost over. So all have a blessed night and blessed weekend, and I hope your weather is great where you are. Have a good night.